My tripod off. My camera off my tripod and put y'all on my tripod instead. Oh my gosh, I'm like a real YouTuber. It's so wild. I got a Yeti mic, but like I also bought a Rode mic at the same time. And I like never use my Yeti mic. I only use my Rode mic. So my Yeti mic just sits. But I want to start a podcast, so I feel like I should still hold on to the Yeti mic. And I have another camera too. It's the TI7. This is the EOS M50. But I have the TI7, I think is what it's called. It's a Canon too. And what was I gonna say? I don't need that. I never used that other camera, but like I'm also afraid to sell it because what if I need it? I feel like I should do a video on like the best things to have, like the best things to have for a small channel, because I feel like we waste so much money as content creators when like really you don't really need to waste that much money. Does that make sense? I mean, I know people that have like 10, 20, 30,000 subscribers that still use their phone to film all their videos and everything, which I did for years. And it's really a good option, in all honesty. Where is my thingamajig? I feel like I should share this because I'm going to share this real quick. Hold on. Hi, Gwen. How are you? Let me put this on live chat really quickly, too. Hi, Kayla. Oh, no problem, Kayla. Don't feel like I'm a mom. I know how it is. So don't feel like I'm going to be upset if people can't make a live chat or something. Like, that's the least of my worries. I understand. I've been trying to do lives like all throughout the, I did this backwards, all throughout the different types, not just at late at night is what I'm trying to say. I've been trying. So hopefully that helps with people's schedules a little bit more. This is one of the best things I bought as a content creator. I've had it for 4-ish years now, and it bends, like the legs bend and everything, and it was like under 20 bucks, 25 bucks, and I own so many tripods. Hands down the best one I've ever got. And it's lightweight, it's portable, it holds my camera and my phone, and it's got different adapters. Amazing. I'm glad you're doing good. Hi, Becca. Oh, doesn't make you terrible. That doesn't make you terrible. That makes you human. How's everyone doing? Anyone doing any last minute shopping? I'm going to tell you the video. Sorry, it's going to get weird for a second. Trying to put y'all on my tripod so the lighting's a little bit better. The video I'm going to be filming that I'm doing my makeup for is me reacting to my most disliked YouTube video, which is my video reviewing Brad Mondo's first hair care product. Y'all know who Brad Mondo is? Oh my gosh. So I've been wanting to make this video for so long. The video has 32,000 views and it's from 2019 and it only has like a little over 100 likes. You can't see the dislikes anymore, but I'm not lying when I say it had like 22,000 dislikes on it. And if you read the comments, it's bad. It's bad news bears. So I want to make a video reacting to that video. I haven't watched it in years. Yeah. So I have so much I want to say about that video too. And you know, I've had people write on like those hate blog things, what is it called, Kiwi Farms and shit, about me because of that video. So I'm finally gonna do it. I'm finally gonna react to it. I was gonna make a video addressing it in general, but I'm like, the video's from 2019, like who cares, right? But yeah, do y'all know who Brad Mondo is? I used to love Brad Mondo. That's why I bought the product until all of this happened. And then I found out a lot of stuff about Brad. So I always wanted to make a video about Brad, but then I didn't want it to seem like I was bitter So I never did. But there's a lot about him. Like, a lot out there. But a lot of people love him, and that's okay too. But the way that he handled everything, like with me specifically, was awful. There was some stuff that happened when COVID first happened. It's funny too because I started watching him before he even had 100,000 subscribers. Like, and I remember he made this video and he was like, he basically confessed that he hated doing reactions, but that it got the views, like reaction videos, but that's what brought views in. And that he wasn't happy making them and that he was going to make different content. And then he made that content and then nobody watched it, so he went back to reaction videos. And then, like, with the COVID thing, like, when COVID first happened, his brother was traveling with COVID. Like, there's a lot of stuff. And then there's, like, he claims that he knows everything about hair. And he did go to hair school, because there's a rumor going around that he didn't go to hair school. He definitely went to hair school. But he's, like, ruined people's hair that he's, like, made over. And he talks a lot about, like, curly hair, textured hair, things like that. In cosmetology school, they don't teach you anything about any hair that's not like mine or has a wave to it. They don't teach you anything about textured hair, 4C hair, none of that. You have to graduate cosmetology school and take whole different classes, okay? And any person that I've seen that has had him do their hair that has any kind of texture to their hair, he destroys their hair. So the product that he came out with, I don't know how to say it right, but I bought it because, and mind you, when he put this product out, he didn't really have it, he didn't have any videos about how to use it. When I used to review products, I would review them, even if I knew what it was supposed to do, I would review it as like an everyday consumer buying the product, reading the label, and using the product. So that's what I did with my review. And boy, oh boy, but there's a lot of reputable hair cosmetologist people out there that don't like his products and the ingredients in his products. And then, like, for years, he talked about how harmful it was to do dye at home, box dye at home, or just dye at home. And then he comes out with his own hair care products that anybody can buy. It's not even professional grade. It's just like, you know, I mean, we all are hypocrites. We all are, you know, we all contradict one you know, ourselves or whatever. But it just seemed like a lot of cash grab stuff and like the glitterati crap. It was basically glitter in a jar. It didn't do anything for you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I thought he got mean too. Like, as he progressed, it was like the more feisty he was. The reason why I liked him so much is because, in the beginning, was because he reminded me so much of a really good friend of mine, like my childhood best friend. They're very similar, like their personalities, so I loved it. And I remembered I used to send my friend his videos, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like I'm watching you, like, because my friend is that entertaining, and he's like sassy and shit, right? So I loved Brad for that reason and was instantly hooked on the content. Plus, you know, I went to hair school, so it was just entertaining, right? But his fans can be so nasty, and I learned that the hard way, all from reviewing a product. Spoiler, I didn't like it. So yeah, his fans are freaking nasty. Like, some of the most nasty fans I've ever seen. I don't think I've been treated worse besides like when I did the Ashy Cat shit, like when I was covering Ashy Cat. Like, hi Mixie, how are you? But yeah, I was getting like threats and it was bad. And I don't even think I had 100 subscribers when I made this video. I might have had maybe a little under 100 subscribers, but not very many when I made that video. And I just got this influx of hate. So that's why when people like try to attack me or whatever, now it's kind of like, well, I learned really early on to have thick skin on YouTube, because that video blew up for me, like with the size of my channel at the time. It was a lot, and none of it was nice. Like, seriously, none of it. Like, people were saying all these awful things to me. Awful, awful things. But I also was kind of sassy in the video. which there was a reason why I was sassy in the video. I was sassy in the video because he's sassy, and he would do his reaction videos sassy and like would, you know, be kind of bitchy almost to people. So I matched his energy. Plus I was in a bad headspace, but we'll talk about it in the video when I make it, because again, I have a lot to say, obviously, because I'm still rambling on. VOG, FYI. I don't know what VOG means. VOG. It's not even that he like came for me. It's a long story, but I'm going to talk about it in the video. I was kind of a bitch, but again, I'm going to talk about it in the video, reacting to my video. I'm going to go into like everything. I want to talk about the comments. I want to talk about my interaction with him and him as a business. And you have to remember that this was his first product. So he was claiming that this product could work on people that have hair like mine and people that have 4C hair. And honey, that was not going to work. There's no product that I can think of out there with the ingredients. No, especially with the ingredients. So, you know, and one of the reasons why I want to react to this video of mine is, one, because I want to clear things up, and two, to talk about him and my experience with him as a business person, and three, because I want to make a video about why I got kicked out of hair school, because I've been filming a lot of story time videos lately. I'm going to turn into a Tana Mojo channel. No, I'm just kidding. But I've been wanting to film why a proper video of why I got kicked out of cosmetology school. And I feel like I can't do that without addressing that video. I don't know why, but in my head, I feel like I can't. So, yeah, that's another reason why I want to do it. And I feel like the reason why I got kicked out, a lot of people are going to be like, really? Because I was like, really? And there's a few reasons why I got kicked out. I've kind of talked about it a little bit in live streams before, but I feel like a lot of my story times are going to be like that, where I've talked about things like very loosely in live streams, but not all of it. So, but there's story times coming. I got a lot of story times coming. I don't know what's been into me. I got this Moldavite. Ever since I got this Moldavite, call it a placebo effect, I have been so inspired. I've had so much content coming to me, so many ideas coming to me, and I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining one little bit. I just want to do really simple makeup. Mixie, did you get your reading? I don't know what that means. Is this like a thing? The V whatever. Yeah, it's honestly, there's, in my opinion, there's so much discrimination in cosmetology school when it comes to anybody that's not white, to be honest with you. And I had a girl in my class who I honestly don't know. I know she was a woman of color, but I don't know what her ethnicity was, so I'm not going to even try it. I just remembered like a few years ago, or not even like a few months ago, what it was, but now I can't remember for the life of me. So, you know, it was hard because we really couldn't do anything on her, because you're supposed to practice on one another. And like what would work for my hair wouldn't work for her hair, you know? And like really the only thing that she was able to like have us do on her was like hair masks. And she was really good. She was really good in cosmetology school. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like a lot of people, when it comes to cosmetology school, if you are not, I'm so sad, Becca's like out of business. This concealer is freaking amazing. But anyways, if you are cutting hair, to me, for me it was anyways, it's like if you don't get it, you ain't gonna get it. Does that make sense? And I didn't go to hair school for hair. I went for makeup. And I was lied to. But again, we'll get into that when I talk about why I got kicked out of cosmetology school. I was pretty much scammed into going into cosmetology school. Scammed, and then they didn't like it when I stood up and was like, this is not right. Like, this is racist. And then like the terminology that one of my teachers would use, and I even used it in the video of reviewing that product, and I hate that I used that terminology, but that's what they would say in my school. They would say, instead of textured hair or curly hair, there was other verbiage they would use. So that was the verbiage that I knew, and I even said it in that video, which was so freaking embarrassing for me. Like, I had to educate myself on why that's not okay to say. So yeah, I truly firmly believe that a lot of at least in my experience, cosmetology schools, there is some discrimination and microaggression there, 100%. And like, you couldn't even take, like, you know, when you start doing people's hair, like color, and I mean, we could do some color, but even then it's not the same. It's not the same techniques, right? But even when we started doing our own clients, we had to turn away people of color that had very curly textured hair, because we didn't learn that there. We didn't learn their hair type there. Oh my gosh, y'all have no idea how mad I would get. I would get so mad. And this one teacher that would use all this verbiage, she reminded me of, like, you know, back in the 80s where they had like big hair, she was like one of those women. She looked like, and I'm not one to judge people by what they look like, but she looked like she was trying to imitate a woman of color from like the 80s. It's hard. It was really hard it's really hard to explain, but it was just really bad. Ashley, I don't know what she's doing. I heard she's getting sued or something. She accused somebody of SA and nobody believed her. But my whole thing is and we're talking about Ashley, not the teacher that I was just talking about. My whole thing is that if anybody else came out and said that they were SA'd, people would believe them. But because Ashley said it, nobody believes her, and I don't think that that's right. I was talking to her through email for a little bit, but then she started not trusting me for some reason. I don't know. She probably got paranoid, which I get. I kind of get that, because, you know, everyone screws her over. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really kept up with her. I'm sure she's doing the same stuff that she's always done, to be honest. But then again, she's in survival mode. She's an addict, so I feel for her, to be honest. Yeah, he probably doesn't want to do YouTube, Brad. You know, it's not for everybody. And a lot of people, once they make their money off of YouTube and start their own business, they don't want to do it anymore. If anything, sometimes creators have come forward and said, I'm just doing this because I need to sell a product. And honestly, in my opinion anyways, it is very easy for influencers to sell a product because they're more relatable. It's the parasocial relationship, right? So it would not surprise me if that is why he's still doing it. But if you go on TikTok, like, not really on YouTube, but if you go on TikTok, there is so much content about Brad and, like, his products and, like, the ingredients in his products. I remember I came across a video on these hairstylists using Brad's products. They were, like, sent them or something, or they bought them to try them out, and they were roasting the products. I should find the video. But anyways, I left a comment there, and I was like, to think that I got, like, dragged in my comment section a few years ago, 2019 it was, because of not liking a product. And now it's like, you know, people are finally seeing that his ingredients are not very good and blah, 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 blah. And it really sucked for me, because when I was getting dragged, that whole time I was getting dragged, it was when my friend had, like, they knew her body was chopped up and everything, like my friend that had been murdered. So I was just not in a good headspace. And then I'm like having people in my comments tell me how disgusting I am, and you know, like it was just not good. And some of those comments I answered back very passive aggressive and very rude, because first of all, it was my first time ever getting hate on the internet. These aren't excuses, this is just where I was at. You know, so I didn't know how to handle it, for one, and I was not in a good headspace. And then on top of that, my phone's blowing up with notifications of all these people telling me how disgusting I am, telling me how I'm obviously on drugs and like all this other stuff. And I was still really insecure about my addiction at the time as well. I wasn't on stuff, but I still wasn't very secure about it at the time. So I keep the video up because it shows growth in my opinion, but I really have wanted to react to this video for a long time. You're still moving, Mixie? Whew. That's another thing, Kayla. You brought up a great point. Area, right? So like if you're in an area that's predominantly got people that have textured hair, or like they don't even teach you extensions. They didn't even teach me balayage. None of that. It was, and when I asked about it, it was all, oh, well, you can take another course on that after you graduate. Excuse me? You know, so how to put wigs in, all that other stuff. But when you live in an area where, you know, your client base is going to be people of color, people that have textured hair, and trust me, I'm not perfect, you know, what have you, but you would think they would be like more apt to want to teach you, especially when you're paying all this money. And then once I got kicked out, they charged me for my full kit, but I only got certain pieces of my kit. But they charged me for the full freaking kit. I refused to pay it. I refused to pay it. And I think it was altogether, my kit was $5,000, but altogether for my schooling, I think it was $35,000 altogether. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of freaking money. And you can't even, like, what are you going to do when you go to work somewhere, right? So say I did graduate and then I went on to color or cut or what have you. What if somebody walked into a salon that I was working at and then, you know, I had to turn them away? Oh, because I didn't learn how to do your hair. Or worse, you try to do somebody's hair and mess it up because you can't use the same techniques. It's really sad, honestly. And that one teacher that I keep talking about, I asked her that question, and you know what she told me? Just straighten it, which is a perm. Like when you straighten curly hair, textured hair, afro hair, it is called a perm. It's like the opposite, like how we perm our hair and it gets curly. It's the opposite for them. But anyways, that's what I was told. Straighten their hair. So that's like the be all end all. It just never made sense to me. Oh, I bet. Oh, I can imagine. Relaxer, yeah. That's, well, they didn't even teach me that. They didn't teach me about relaxing their hair either. And I don't know a lot about curly hair. I know very, very little, and the only thing I know really is how to do like braids, cornrows, box braids. You know, I know a little bit about curl pattern, things like that, but that's just stuff that I've learned through friends and from being in jail, to be honest. It's not anything. That's a straight perm. Thank you. See, like I said, I don't know everything. But I knew enough to know that I was not being taught everything. You know what I mean? So why would you only teach? Because, you know, if you go for 2 years for me anyways, I can only speak about the school that I went to. You could go and do full-time or part-time. So I went part-time because I worked 2 jobs and I had kids. So it was going to take me like 2.5 years to graduate. And in that whole time, I did not learn one thing about any other hair besides this color hair. That's sad. Oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying though, AR. It's like, she would basically, the teacher would be like, kind of like the fake it till you make it kind of attitude when I would ask her about like, what do you do if someone walks in and, you know, you, like, they have textured hair and, you know, do you turn them away? And she would say, yeah, or you can just fake it till you make it. Or you could just straighten their hair and cut it like that. Fake it till you make it. You would ruin their hair. Ruin it. So all that time that you have these people paying all this money to go to school to learn hair, you can't teach them. You're like literally singling out a whole group of people and their hair type. I don't understand how they've gotten away with this for so long. And a lot of what you learn in cosmetology school is like sanitation and things like that. But I don't know. It just did not make sense to me. And nobody else really saw a problem with how the teaching was. I was like one of the like people, and I mean where I went to school is like predominantly white too. Hi Cotton Candy. You know, there's not a lot, I mean there's a little bit of like diversity, but nothing crazy. Like I said, there was only one girl in my whole class, and there was only like not even 20 of us in my class. So there was only one girl that was a person of color in my whole class. So it's not like super diverse area, right? But everybody looked at me like I had 5 freaking heads when I brought it up, because I kept asking like, when are we gonna learn this? When are we gonna learn this? I don't want to know how to just do this and this on my hair. I want to know how to do this and this. And it shocked me. It shocked me that nobody else saw where I was coming from. That everybody else looked at me like I had 5 heads. And like I was foolish. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, my issue was with the school, obviously, and I had different teachers for each thing. But one of the teachers, she was like apart for some reason. It was like she followed our class. I don't know how to explain it. Small school. Even if she didn't teach the class, she did like our first quarter, like teaching us, you know, about the mannequins and sanitation and how to cut and how to style and how to braid, all the different types of braids that you do, like a fishtail braid, you know, French braid, all that other jazz. But that particular teacher, not the other teachers, that particular teacher, it wasn't so much, because I know that they have to stick to the curriculum, right? That's what they're there for. That's what they're paid for. That's what they do. It was the verbiage. Does that make sense? It was the verbiage that she used when I would ask questions. It was the way she looked down on that one girl that was in my class and would not let us do anything. It was the way that she almost made it seem like, well, of course you have to take these other classes to learn about that. Like, she tried to almost make you feel like, I don't know how to explain it, like, almost like, oh, you're privileged enough to be able to take these classes after you graduate to learn how to deal with textured hair. No, you should be able to teach that in the class. I don't know, it's just her verbiage that really irked me too. Yeah, and I understand like having to take more classes outside of it for like extensions and like, you know, fancy, you know, like color drip and balayage at the time, you know, I've heard now that they do it in some schools, but at the time they didn't. You had to take whole separate classes for that. So I understand those types of things, right? Maybe even wig installation I can understand too, but not the simple basics for someone that has textured hair, textured curly afro hair. The simple basics, I feel like we should have been able to at least learn. If you can teach me the simple basics of how to do nails, how to do makeup, and you can teach me all these things about how to do white hair, there's no reason why you can't teach me even a little bit. That's how I felt anyways. And that's another thing too. You can learn so much on YouTube. Basically, almost everything I learned about, and I'm not super good. Another reason why I dropped out or got kicked out is because I'm not super good. I would pass all my tests, like I could answer everything, but bad hands, I couldn't cut very well. I was very good at coloring, but that was about it. But I basically knew most of the stuff from doing my own hair at home and other people's hair for years before ever going to cosmetology school. I never went for hair, I went for makeup, which is, I got lied to, but that will be in my video when I make it. But I was doing people's hair for years because we could never afford to do it, like go to a salon and have it done. And I would learn, watch videos. That's all I used YouTube for back in the day, was to learn how to do something, whether it be hair, nails, like I can do my own nails, all that stuff, makeup, what have you, or it was to listen to music. I didn't know there was like communities on YouTube back in the day. I didn't know anything like that, or skits or anything. I just knew that, oh, I can go here and I can learn how to cut hair and color hair and what toner needs to go with this. And I even taught myself from watching YouTube videos how to straighten somebody's hair with a freaking iron. Isn't that wild? And that came in handy more times than you would think, knowing how to do that. Especially if I knew someone that had thick hair. But it just sucks that you even need to have, I mean, it doesn't suck, I guess, in a way, but like for some people, you know, they do this hair and stuff out of their house and they're so good at it and they can't do it technically legally because they don't have a license, but they probably know more than what they would learn going. It's kind of like me being a chef, okay? If I were to go to culinary school, I would be wasting my money. 1000% would be, ooh, that looks pretty. 1000% I would be wasting my money because I've been a chef for so many years that I've learned a lot on the job. So way more than I would probably, I mean, I'd probably learn something in culinary school, but I've learned enough, right? And I'm always learning. It's kind of the same thing for hair. The sanitation, I think, is that sanitization was probably the one thing that I feel like I learned a lot of that I wasn't really informed, like well informed on, and didn't like take into consideration when I went to cosmetology school. That's one thing that they do teach very well. But I will be honest, if you go into any salon, a lot of the places don't even practice correct sanitization. I don't know how many hair salons I've gone in and I've watched them cut someone's hair and then turn around, not sanitize any of their tools. Same with makeup artists, I've seen it. Same with nail techs, I've seen it. So, I mean, sometimes I feel like going to someone's house it might be a little bit more safer, to be honest. Some of the best haircuts I've ever had or dye jobs I've ever had have been people that do it out of their house. Oh, no problem, Mixie. Nope, don't worry. Don't worry. It definitely is a form of art. I agree. And I'm the same way. I still do everybody I know's hair. I do my mom's hair. Sometimes I cut Kyle's hair. Sometimes his mom does it because his mom is a licensed hairstylist too. She's like a jack of all trades. She's got so many, she went to so many different trade schools, but you know, she was a single mom, so she had to make her money. But yeah, I cut a lot of people's hair. But I did not want to go back to cosmetology school. I thought about it. I was like, oh, I'll just go to a different school. And this time I'll be really good because I've already taken like all the classes. But no, it's not for me. I can't do hair like full time. My hands cannot take it. My hands can hardly do my job that I do now. So I know I couldn't do hair. My nerve in my hands and my carpal tunnel is just too bad. I have a hard enough time doing my makeup some days. Wow, I love purple and yellow together. This light is like washing it out, but it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, so pretty. But you really can. You can learn a lot of it on YouTube. 100%. Oh, I never put highlighter on. How rude of me. I need to wash my makeup brushes. If you're watching this, wash your makeup brushes because I'm sure you have to as well. I don't know what glitter to put on. I'm using Michaela's palette from Glamlight, if you're wondering as well. I love this palette. It's so good. I've used it so many times. I reach for it a lot. There's just so many options. It's so beautiful. The formula is beautiful. Oh, I don't know what I want to put in the center of my lid. I don't know. Maybe glow up. Let me see. That's pretty. You have accent. I kind of want to do like an orangey color. Which one? Which one should I do? They kind of look similar, but one's a little bit more red and pink, and one's like just straight orange. Let's see. Should we do the top one or the bottom one? I was thinking this one and then putting this in the inner corner. Super pretty. Super pretty. I got some new tarot decks in too. I filmed a video doing an unboxing of them. But I got the Outsider deck, and then I got a Journey Through. This is the Brady Tarot deck. Oh my god, they're so gorgeous. So gorgeous. They were birthday presents for me. So the orange, and then, you agree with me? The orange and then this in the inner corner, that's what I was thinking too. Tomorrow is my kids' Christmas concert. My work's gonna be closing for like a week and a half for Christmas, and I'm like, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, Becca, is the, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm telling y'all, this palette is so good. Like, I'm not a fan of big palettes, but I swear, y'all have seen me use this quite a few times, and y'all know I don't really, like, I got so much freaking makeup that I don't usually reuse the same palette that often, and I just always find myself wanting to reach for this because there's so many different looks you can create, and you can go just straight neutral if you want. The shimmers are fucking beautiful in here. There's like beautiful metallics, but also some really beautiful topper shades. I just love it. And I love the formula. This is my first Glamlight palette that I've ever gotten. So, have y'all finished your Christmas shopping yet? I usually start Christmas, and I'm done Christmas shopping by October, but because of Kyle, obviously, and us having the COVID for a month, that pushed me behind. So I have a few more things that I have to get. But, which reminds me, I need to update my wish list on Amazon because I've gotten some stuff off my wish list. Just grabbing an eyeliner. Oh, we should do yellow. Yellow eyeliner on the waterline. Mm-hmm. That would look pretty. I think it's so pretty. It's the lighting. I put my, it's gonna blind you guys, but I put this back on top of this because I was trying to film my crystals, but it is super pretty. Oh, even my base makeup looks so glowy today. Or tonight. My sleeping pattern has been really bad on my days off. I've been like staying up until like 5 o'clock in the morning and then sleeping until like 2:30 in the afternoon. And then going back to work on like 3 hours of sleep. And so dumb. So dumb. But tomorrow, instead of working nights, I'm working mornings because my kids have a Christmas concert tomorrow. So I had to switch my shift with somebody. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate my life tomorrow. Probably gonna have to pull an all-nighter. And like, even purples are so hard to make, and even the purples in here are so beautiful. And they blend really well. Like, I'm very impressed with this palette. Very, very, very impressed. So y'all have any last minute shopping you have to do? Am I the only one? I need to get my daughter, she wants a boom box. I wasn't gonna let her get the Bluetooth, well, I wasn't gonna get her the Bluetooth one to begin with because I was scared of like someone hacking into her Bluetooth, but then I was like, I live in the middle of nowhere. Sometimes I let the internet scare me when it comes to my kids. But I live in the middle of nowhere and she's always begging me to let her listen to like ASMR and stuff. So I figure if she has the Bluetooth on, I got her like some Kid Bop CDs because I knew I was going to be buying her the boombox. So she'll have her own CDs, but with the Bluetooth, I figured she could put the ASMR on her phone or something, and then, what is my hair? She can listen to it, you know, with the Bluetooth, whatever. So I found one on Amazon. It's only like 35 bucks, so. Oh my goodness, I don't feel so bad now. Well, tell your kids I said happy birthday, Mixie. I don't feel so bad that everybody hasn't finished shot. Yeah, it has been for us too, Becca. I'm sorry that's been rough for you, because it's, I know how, like, I was kind of stressing out, to be honest with you. This was the first year in quite a few years that I was really like, oh my god, how are we gonna do this? But I definitely am gonna be paying off Christmas this year for a little bit, because I had to put money on credit cards that I did not want to put on there. And it's going to be very small compared to other years, which actually is not bad, because I feel like sometimes, I know for me, because I didn't grow up with anything, I kind of go overboard. So I'm kind of glad they don't need that much shit, you know, they don't play with it, it sits in their room. So I got them stuff they actually need and things that they will actually use and enjoy. And I got Kyle an immersion blender and something else. Oh, he needed new pajama pants. So, but I had to use credit cards and Afterpay, and I'm not ashamed to say it. And I had to make some of my other payments a little late because I don't do Toys for Tots or anything, so, because I feel like other families need that more than we do. See, I'm usually so good about it. Like, I bought coffees and stuff throughout the year for people, because that's what I'm giving to people this year, is like small brewed, like small company coffees, because like everyone I know adult-wise drinks coffee, or candles. With easy gifts. Oh, I'm sorry, Becca. That's always the hardest. But I'm trying to teach my kids that it's not all about the gifts. Because it's not. I almost never get anything for Christmas. And I'm okay with that. I'd rather give. That sounds like my Christmas, Becca. I was lucky if I even got that. And what was worse is even if I did do that, or even if my mom did just remember to fill out the Toys for Tots paperwork so we got stuff, she would always give my brother my list. And if I got something, say I was able to squeeze something on there, say they were just giving gifts out or whatever, and he wanted it, she would give it to him. Like one year I remember they gave me a boom box, and it was with the Britney Spears CD, the Oops, I Did It Again CD. And I was so excited, and my brother wanted it, and she gave it to him, even though it was my Christmas present. Oh, I was so sad. But it's hard when you grow up that way, and then like as a kid, and then you, as an adult, are still like, oh my gosh, because you want to, you want to make it the best that it can be, because you know what it feels like. So I'm sorry that you're going through that, Becca, because I know how much that can eat at you. I love this glow kit. I got my niece is a preteen, and I have an Ulta credit card, so thank God for that. So I got her a bunch of stuff from Ulta, and I got my daughter some stuff from Ulta. I got each kid one big gift, and the one big gift I'm getting my daughter is the boombox, which I'll probably get next week, but I'm getting it on Amazon, so it'll be here like before Christmas, hopefully, fucking hopefully. And then I got my son, I already got his, was a tablet. On Black Friday I got it because it was like only $39. So those were the two big gifts that I got them. And then other than that, I just really got them like odds and ends. Like I got a Light Bright. I got them each a Light Bright because it was like $7 for Black Friday. Like I did a lot of Black Friday shopping, which normally I boycott Black Friday, but I needed Black Friday. Ow. I needed Black Friday this year. Like I needed it. There was no way I was going to do it. And then Kyle's dad, when we went down for Thanksgiving to visit his dad just handed us his credit card. And he was doing it so Kyle could go buy himself something for Christmas and for his birthday. And instead of doing that, we bought stuff for the kids because we knew that it was going to be a tight year. So that helped us out a lot. So we got the kids new winter jackets and like new hats and stuff like that. And then we got them some board games, that kind of stuff. So see, we always never really had a tree. We never really did anything for Christmas. And my mom's still like that. Like the only reason why the last few years she was even like had a tree up or anything is because of her husband at the time. My mom's never really been into holidays like that. I like to decorate too. It's one of my favorite things. But my house is such a clusterfuck right now. It's such a mess. Because I've had when it's cold, anyone else get like that? You just have no ambition to like clean or do anything. I don't know if that's just like a me thing, but plus my schedule's been so messed up. But we make Christmas ornaments every year. We always do gingerbread houses and cookies and stuff, and we always make ornaments every year. So we'll be doing that next week. Every year we do them. They don't always all make it the next year, like the ornaments and stuff. They'll break or what have you, but I have ornaments from like the kids' first Christmas. Yeah, we still haven't put our tree up. We got invited to go pick out our own real tree and cut it down. And I took off work, or like I left work early to go to this event. And we drove all the way out there, got the kids packed, dressed all up for like being outside in the cold. And then everyone had already left. So we're gonna use our fake tree this year, I guess, but that kind of sucked because I was like actually looking forward to it because I've never gone out and picked my own tree and cut it. So I was really excited for it. I was probably the most excited for it out of everybody, to be honest. So that was pretty crappy, but we usually put our tree up pretty late, honestly, because the animals get into it. And I never wrap the presents early. I hide them because the kids always open them. Always. Oh, what do I want to wear? Lip gloss? Just trying to figure out what I'm going to wear on my lips. Y'all should have seen my makeup last night. You would have laughed your ass off at me. Wait till you see the video. You'll understand why, but oh my gosh, it was so funny. We've had a fake tree since Maddox was born because he was so premature and prone to allergies. We had a real one every year before he was born until he was born, but he was so prone to allergies that we couldn't risk it. And somebody I worked with actually bought us the tree that we have because when Maddox was born, he was a micro preemie, so I obviously couldn't afford anything because I had to take work off, and the hospital he was at was 3 hours one way from me, where I lived. So like all my extra money went to my daughter and to have gas money to go see him. So this guy from my work actually showed up at my house. It was like a week before Christmas, and he brought the tree and like all these beautiful ornaments. And I never asked him for it. He just like randomly showed up, and it was like the sweetest thing ever and the most thoughtful thing ever. I don't even know how he knew I needed a tree. No idea. Maybe he heard me, like overheard me talking about like, I don't know how I'm gonna find a tree or something, because I remember that year like all the fake trees were sold out by the time like we were going to get a tree. So yeah, it was really sweet of him. Hi Diane in recovery, how are you? These lip glosses are so amazing, by the way, the Tower 28 ones. This is in coconut. So good. I love how my eye makeup turned out. So, speaking of recovery, my Body Broker series, recovery addiction series, I have decided that I'm going to release it in January 2022, just because I feel like it would be a good way to start the new year off on the channel. And I just feel in my gut that that's what it's supposed to be and when it's supposed to be. Every time I have something on my lips, I do that constantly. I noticed it when I edit my film back. I'm like, oh my gosh, why do you keep rubbing your lips together? I should have never done this because I hit my freaking hand right here and now it hurts. Ba, 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 ba. I need a haircut so bad. That's one thing I am scared to do, is cut my own hair when it's this short. Like, if it was longer, I was cutting my own hair for like years. I've been cutting my own hair. But when I cut it all off into the pixie, I had someone else do it because I knew that I would probably fuck it up doing it to myself. And now that it's growing out and I want to get it cut, like all this cut, all this cut. I want to keep the length in the front though. I've been cutting the front, like the bang part. I've been cutting myself. You can probably tell. I think I've actually been cutting it pretty good to like go with the rest of my face or whatever. Anyways, so I've just been cutting right here so that it doesn't, because it would have already been down to here by now because my hair grows so fast. But I'm so scared to cut it short myself. But it's so expensive to get a haircut. It's like 60 bucks, even with your hair this short with tip. And I'm scared to go to a barber because I want the length on the top. And I don't want it buzzed down in the back, you know? I just want it short. I don't know. Oh my gosh, there's so much that's gonna come out. And I'm probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but I really don't care, to be honest with you, because it's really gross what they're doing. In my opinion, anyways. And everybody can come to their own conclusion and have their own opinion about how they feel about it with the information that I present. That's how I feel about it. I can't wait for y'all to see the videos of the new decks. They're so beautiful. This one actually has Britney Spears. Isn't that cool? And I love the back of it too. I am still doing readings, paid readings. If you want a reading from me, my link tree is in my bio, or you can reach out on my, like in my email or Instagram or anything like that. And then the Brady deck, which, you know, the owl is what caught me because y'all know I love owls. But they're just very unusual decks. And I feel so blessed that I was able to get them for my birthday. But yeah, they're beautiful. But I did videos like showing every card and everything like that. But I'll probably be doing a sale for my readings at the end of the year as well. So if you are looking for any guidance on how, like, what you need to work on for like your goals for next year, anything like that, reach out to me and I can definitely help give you guidance on that. I love doing like end of year readings to the next year, like transitional readings to the next year. They're like one of my favorite readings to do. I've been trying to find like a good deck for like love, like because everyone I've talked to that's read for years, and I mean I've read for years, but it's been under 5 years that I've read like where I get paid for it, right? So everyone I've talked to is like, if you're gonna do love readings, you gotta have a deck that's just for love. And I'm like, I kind of do, but like all of the love decks that I've seen, I don't like. Like I'm just not drawn to them. So if anyone has any good love decks recommendations, let me know. I have some Kickstarter decks that are gonna be coming that I contributed to like last year that are supposed to be coming in the next few months too, which I'm excited about. But I have so many decks now. I feel like I should do like a deck collection video or something. Almost sounded like debt collection instead of deck collection. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this live so I can film my video and try to get a little bit of sleep tonight. Possibly, maybe. I'm so impressed with how pretty this look is. But thanks y'all for hanging out with me. And yeah, if you want a reading, my link tree is linked down below. Wish list, P.O. box, all that is down below, or will be when I re-upload this video. And yeah, I'll probably be live Thursday No, I won't be live Thursday night. It's date night with Kyle. But I'll be live probably sometime this weekend or maybe next week. And I've been, like I said, I've been trying to go live during the day too, not just late at night. So that way more of y'all can come into the lives, which makes them small. But I kind of like small lives. They're kind of my thing, chicken wing. And yeah, tons of content coming. Because I've been on like a content ever since I got this Moldavite, man. This Moldavite has been like, ooh, content. But yeah, so if you like it and you're watching the replay, thumbs up. Peace out to my silent supporters. I appreciate y'all so much. And thanks for hanging out and doing makeup with me. And I will see you on the next live or video or what have you. Bye. And if I don't see you or talk to you before Christmas or whatever you celebrate, I hope that you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Oh, Trisha, yeah, I'm about to get off. I want to film. I wanted to film me reacting to my most disliked video. I do. But I do, I was gonna say something else. I don't remember what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something else and I forgot. Depending on how I'm feeling though after I film, I might go live again because I still have so much energy, and I'm probably gonna have to pull an all-nighter and then work in the morning tomorrow, and then I have my kids' Christmas concert, and then I have date night. So we'll see if I can actually get sleep. I'm gonna try though. Good night, Becca. But I'm sorry, Trisha. I'm sorry. Love everybody though. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. Happy holidays if I don't talk to any of y'all after. Come back after tonight. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, did it transfer? No. I might. We'll see. We'll see. Hurt my hand. Alright, I'm really gonna go now. Bye. You know my kids even do that because of me at the end of my videos. Anytime we say bye, we don't say bye, we go bye. I'm like, I created monsters. I created the monsters. I'm almost gone getting them into bed. Well, you need to watch your reading, Mixie. You need to watch it. I think it's very important. Bye. Alright, watch your reading. Let me know, Mixie, what you think about it. And yeah, bye guys. Bye, jelly beans.